You little California newt.
This morning we have some beautiful views of the Morris Reservoir, and my plan today is to go up and try to find the Annex Tunnel to the Kelsey Mine, so wish me luck. I think these are Mexican poppies, if I'm not mistaken. They're a little more yellow than the California poppies, but who knows, I might be wrong about that. But yeah, anyways, very beautiful. Got the road down there, the reservoir, the Morris Dam, so yeah, nice to see some poppies, and beautiful to watch the sunrise over there. You sort of have a poppy super bloom here. You know, all this yellow stuff is I think Mexican poppies or something like that, so pretty cool. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna keep going up the trail and try to identify where that mine is. Hopefully that mine is somewhere in this canyon. I might have to try a few ways down depending on a dry waterfall that's supposedly over there somewhere. But yeah, we'll get going there shortly. These blue flowers here are larkspur, and yeah, they're definitely one of my favorite flowers in the San Gabriels in terms of like their color. And there is red larkspur here too, I think, but yeah, I know the camera may have a hard time focusing on them, but very gorgeous flowers. I found that, like, due to AI and stuff in phones and cameras, photographing something really vibrantly blue, similar to the sky with your iPhone, or, you know, like just even a point and shoot camera sometimes can be challenging. That being said, I think I do have at least one good photo of larkspur with a butterfly on it that I got in Los Padres. So I'll put the photo there. If it's not larkspur, I'll put maybe anyways, yeah, regardless, I'll put another photo with a Humboldt lily. I don't think those are in bloom yet, but they will be soon. But yeah, anyways, onward to the mine. I'm looking at a few potential access routes, so I may go down that way at some point. But right now I'm gonna try the path I've normally taken, and we'll see what happens. For whatever reason, the down climb is actually less slippery, even with the rain we recently had. But yeah, I'm not sure how that'll play out in the future. We have a bunch of figs here right now. I believe they're edible, but I'm not gonna take any risks. But anyways, if you want kind of a closer look, there you go. Also a lot of poison oak too, so I'm gonna have to be cautious to the best of my ability. I don't want to get a lot of that. There was a lot of poison oak in that route, so I decided to turn around. What I'm gonna do now is try to get into that canyon that I've used to access the part of the Kelsey Mine I've been to, and see if I can find a tractable way down to the lower adit. So I think the dry fall is right over there. I'm not sure if I'll actually be able to climb down holding on to branches and stuff, or if I'll have to backtrack around. But there was, at least in here, a good amount of poison oak. I mostly think I avoided it, but it's almost unavoidable here to some extent. So down there, it's like really overgrown, and there's quite a big drop. I know someone was here within the last couple months, so it's hard for me to imagine that being the way that they took. What I may do is kind of come up here and around and see what that looks like. Again, it is rainy and some of the soil is loose, so if it looks too sketch, what I'm gonna do is backtrack, try to make my way down to the canyon, and then come up the canyon. But as I mentioned, or may have mentioned, I don't really have a lot of time today to do this, so wish me luck. Yeah, this ridge has just too much poison oak for what I'm prepared for, so gonna make my way around and down below. For what may be my final attempt today, I'm gonna give it a shot and try to descend here. Now, it looks a little less steep than some of the other tributaries, but by the time we get to the canyon, I really don't know. So yeah, let's see if this is a route worth taking. That actually got me into the creek bed very efficiently. Now what I did is I chopped a branch, small branch from one of the fig trees, and stacked a few rocks. Might be kind of hard to see, just so if I want to return that way, I know I can. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna go up here, and my hope is that I don't run into any waterfalls blocking my traverse. So at least, you know, before I get to that mine. Right now, I'm actually kind of in a more or less clear section of the canyon. But just back there, I gotta say, if there's one time I'm happy I brought my machete, it's this time, because some of those fig trees even the chaparral and riparian plants, they become almost like a really thick tropical jungle there. So the good news is not too much poison oak in this section, but yeah, sometimes it is a little overgrown. We do have another cascade here, and not too tall, but I worry if they get much bigger than this and there's no way around, I might have to turn around. But I think I'll be able to climb this, even with it being as wet as it is, but we'll see. Fortunately, there was enough friction on that waterfall to climb it on the sides from calcium buildup, and it looks like that's the case here too. But again, anything gets insanely steep, it may not be climbable, and I may not get to the annex. So I did arrive at this pretty big waterfall. Looks kind of hard to climb over, but I'm happy because I found the adit. So I think right here we have the adit for the Annex Kelsey Mine, the Annex Tunnel, whatever it is. And I'm gonna go in it real quick, but I thought I just might point out that the one of the ridges, it looks like you may be able to kind of weasel your way down there. Now, do any of this at your own risk, but yeah, when I got up there, I think there was just too much poison oak for me to want to do that. Alternatively, if you got to the base of this, you may have been able to kind of weasel your way alongside. It looks like there's a ledge and get down. So I suspect that's how most people get here. Again, a lot of poison oak that way and less that way. So I don't know. One of these routes I'm going to take back, but fortunately, I think I have enough time to get back efficiently regardless of what way I choose. Anyways, yeah, we're going to go explore the annex of the Kelsey Mine right now. I'm looking forward to it. This right here is the adit to the annex of the Kelsey Mine. And yeah, you can see, maybe you can see that there's a good amount of water in there. But all the steam, you might be seeing steam, that's actually coming from me. I don't normally wear like long sleeves just because I can overheat quite easily. But yeah, just given all the poison oak, I felt like it was worth it. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna take a look in here real quick. Excited to find some cool things maybe. All right, I just took a bunch of photos, so yeah, there is, looks like a little newt, baby newt, okay. I know that the California newts breed here, but pretty cool to find. I'm gonna try to catch it real quick if I can. I missed him, but I'll keep an eye out for more. Okay, there's an adult California newt right there. Yeah, so pretty cool. I'm gonna catch this guy real quick. All right, there he is. A little California newt. I actually heard that they're here and they like to breed here, so cool find. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna get some photos really quickly and then let him go back in the mine water here. All right, not sure how the photos will turn out, but I'm gonna let this little guy go. Anyways, yeah, so I did see another video on this mine, I think from someone named Al. I'll put the channel up, you know. But I initially heard from this on the other video of the Kelsey Mine, which is quite a bit bigger than this. From this guy called, I think Mine Finder. He has a really nice video on the Kelsey Mine. I forget if he goes into this Annex Tunnel. But yeah, you know, pretty neat. Shout out to Mine Finder for letting me know about this in my other Kelsey Mine video. But yeah, so for me, this actually took a bit of work to get to, just due to the fact that there's a lot of poison oak now, you know. So that being said, yeah, very beautiful mine, lots of water here, you know. Weird kind of rainbow colors, actually. I don't know what that's about. I think I saw that in one of the other videos. I may try to get a little photograph here. Pretty neat. I think those photos will turn out nice. I don't normally see this kind of rainbow color here. St. Gabriel's in the mine water. But I know it's been spotted in this mine before and others have seen it, you know, so. All right, looks like it's a little more square here. There may have been some stoping. And yeah, there are, I guess, you know, a few of these carbonate deposits here on the ceiling. Not nearly as much as the Kelsey Mine, you know, red, white, and blue, and some of the Los Flores mines. But, you know, it is present, so I may get a few photos here real quick of that and this section, you know, but yeah, very, very cool. Hopefully some of those photos turn out all right. This is like a little longer than an inch or so, I'd say. You know, both of those. So, you know, there aren't a lot here, but they are growing quite a bit. Yeah, more of that rainbow. And I don't know, I think we're approaching the end here. It might turn. But yeah, so in the video that all guy was sharing, he mentioned that this was actually the mine for silver. And the other one was, you know, the mint, I guess it's called the mint adit. The one I've been to before was the gold mine. You know, you know, when I go to some of these places, sometimes I stumble upon them on accident. You know, sometimes I do a little bit of research, but there are certain people who just really investigate a lot of this and whatnot, you know, and they know the history better than I do. But it is still a pleasure to come out and to enjoy some of these areas, you know. I'm happy I actually made it out here. I was a little concerned I might not. But yeah, anyways, very beautiful. I think I might get a few photos of the entrance soon. This is really nice. Maybe when I get closer to the little stalactites there, you know. But yeah, certainly murkied up the water. Nonetheless, still quite beautiful here. Hopefully those photos turned out all right. But yeah, I still see a bunch of this rainbow stuff. So again, I'm very curious about what you think that is. Could be some sort of like oily substance or something. I don't really know. The way it's kind of interacting with the light makes me think of like oil, you know, like from a tar seep or something. But we're really not in that kind of area, so my hope would be it's not poison oak oils. I don't think that would really make a whole lot of sense here, but it's possible. And if it is, hopefully I don't get too much of it. But yeah, anyways, this has been great, you know. It's cool to see those newts at the entrance. I saw a baby, I caught one of the adults, you know, and I think in another video, someone coming here, there may have been a lot more newts, California newts, so. Anyways, there's some of my stuff. And yeah, I might get like a photo here real quick at the entrance before I get going. That was pretty satisfying to find. It doesn't go back as deep as the Kelsey above, and it's not like a 2-layer mine, but still really a neat adit. Maybe I'll get some lighting for y'all, but I don't know. Yeah, anyways, yeah, I'm really happy I got to this. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to from below. I've heard people kind of come from above, you know, and so yeah, I think, you know, at the moment, too much poison oak for me to want to attempt that. There may be an easier way, but I didn't see it. You know, but yeah, this worked out. It's, you know, gonna be kind of a short day. I got to be back before noon. I'm confident I'll be back before noon. But yeah, that being said, I do need to make it back down. Yeah, you know, I was gonna do a backup video. I have a few hidden hot springs on the backup list, so look forward to maybe this one and this one, maybe a little bit. I don't know when I'm gonna release them. I have other spots to check out, other mines to find, so definitely gonna do more mines and more of everything, so stay tuned. Some of this is just really jungly. I think I might have crawled through there. But yeah, there were sections where I had to do a lot of hacking. I don't think this is one, but yeah, there may have been a few further back there. I know that there's another one that way. But yeah, anyways, if you come here, be prepared for this. As always, definitely easier bushwhacking down, especially once I've like made all those cuts. But yeah, anyways, I just gotta climb up that slope until I get to the fire road and jog back. But beforehand, I might just purify some water. Not super thirsty, but hey, you know, it doesn't hurt. Anyways, yeah, I should be back to my vehicle soon. So I've been seeing a lot of wild cucumber, but I think, yeah, this is the first wild cucumber fruit that I've seen this season. And to my knowledge, these are not edible, and they really don't look like cucumbers, in my opinion. At least the fruits don't, but still pretty cool. I am back at the fire road, and I think this was the right call. As you can see above me, kind of behind me too, looks like there's a chance that there may be some more rain clouds blowing in, and I do not want to be in that canyon while it's raining, I'll be honest. But yeah, I think, you know, finding the mine adit was really worth it. I was thinking about, you know, if it hadn't rained as much yesterday, maybe doing 2 possible trips. You know, one of them would be a spot out near Tahunga that I really haven't been. And the alternative would have been like something where I kind of jog out on the road and do kind of a loop, starting out near Monkey Canyon, going down the Narrows, then stopping by, you know, quite a few more falls. I'll put up all the pictures of those. And getting out to the reservoir, and then one more fall, and I guess back to near where I parked. So, you know, I've been to all of these before, I think, on YouTube, but it'd be nice to do kind of one big round trip, you know. So that may happen soon. New areas are gonna happen soon. A lot may happen soon. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm gonna start jogging once I can actually jog here. But yeah, for now, yeah, wish me luck. Hopefully I don't get too much poison oak.